Oh lordy, lordy, lordy. Well, it's on, guys. It's Rings of Prime crap. So we'll have to see. Uh, well, we're gonna see live. Will Matt have a stroke? Will Matt die? Um, will Matt? Will Matt? Will you see my eyeballs explode Kenshiro style as Rings of Prime? The pressure points me and knocks me to oblivion. Oh lordy, lordy. Okay, let's
He worms his way inside your mind. The crest of him slithers in.
Okay, so I'm pausing right one second. I want to say this, okay? There's no debating the cinematography or the matte paintings and all the backgrounds and audio quality. So put that off the table, okay? You can have that all be great. The rest of it is what sucks, okay? Well, his fake Elrond in his
I think he has
hotel
been here.
room garb, hotel curtain garb.
I think he's been here among us all along.
I don't know. I mean, what are we supposed to expect?
Every soul in Middle Earth is in peril.
Which they've been that way. Okay, now I don't think you got to hear the audio. I hope not. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It sucks anyway. This what? Does she have the bow? I mean, is this what she has? Does she have the bow from Dungeons and Dragons the cartoon? Is that what she fucking has? Remember the bow the ranger had that we all want when we play D&D, where you can shoot one arrow and blow a building up? Is that what fake Galadriel has now?
He's Sauron.
Oh, and also, let's go back here, okay? So this is supposed to be Sauron, presumably. So when Sauron looked like an elf, he was Anatar, the Lord of Gifts, right? And he was undercover, so pretending, right? So he doesn't normally want to look like an elf because he despises them. Okay, he despises humans. Sauron wants to look like what he wants to look like, which could be anything really. But it should be telling that he turned himself into a mini Morgoth replica whenever he had a chance to make himself look like a humanoid. Okay, contrary, I mean, I know I'm fucking all in. Okay, big mistake in the Peter Jackson films. Okay, Sauron was not a big glowing fiery eye, as cool as that looked. Okay, but and even Jackson said he gave a wrong impression because Sauron in the Lord of the Rings had a body. He reincarnated into a physical form and had one for centuries and centuries. Okay, it was a larger than life humanoid, like it was at the end of the Second Age, but it was all like midnight black, and it was kind of, it resembled Melkor basically. And when he chose to be Anatar, Lord of the Gifts, he was using his appearance and his powers to fool the elves into accepting him in, like a snake withering in. Why are they doing this now? After he should have done this before. So is this some sort of like, well, we're done fucked up, we mess with that pesky Laura there. We'll just put Anatorian now, And yes, the scene where he just sort of mentally vaporizes them or whatever. Yes, he's quite well capable of that. Okay, he's both physically robust and he is power-wise robust. So there's no even question. Now, is this Anatar? I think they could be doing a little fool you here. Okay. Granted, it's possible they could be doing a fool you here, but if this is then displaying him as Anatar, this is ass backwards, stupid, or some attempt to like coddle the fan. Okay, so this on its face, this trailer does nothing to make me think they're doing some sort of soft reset back to the real plot. Let's skim back to the beginning. So there's Failbrand. Well, I mean, at least he scored with Galadriel, right? Okay, and then the Galadriel fighting thing, I'm not as opposed to that as others are for the sole reason that she was known as an athlete, an elite level athlete of female elves, and thousands and thousands of years of life. Yes, she would have learned how to fight with weapons. Okay, but that being said, this is not how she would fight a B. Why is she holding that sword that way? What possible defensive value is holding the sword that way? Okay, rule of thumb: when you hold the sword, you hold the sword between you and the other guy. You don't in a way to block it by default, right? So she should be holding it like here's my fake like this, somewhere like this between her, like not like this, pointed up, weird angle. This now in the middle of some sort of combat form, you might see someone who sort of occasionally pull up and that's in preparation for a particular attack. The default stance is always going to be something like a resting stance or a defensive stance. That's in almost every version. I'm not a master swordsman, whatever. You can go to a solo Gladiator, even though he's a douchebag. He'll tell you that. Shad will tell you that. Metatron will tell you that. These guys all studied swordplay and martial arts. And can I get one combat choreographer on this show to make them look halfway decent? If anyone's out there, if anyone live has a question, let me know. I'm watching I have the chat up there. Obviously, this is just me trying to get my reaction out there. Now this is true to an extent. Sauron is a very powerful telepath. That's how he did a lot of his work. Okay, you can read that in the lines. Okay, that's a truism. I think they're trying to bait people in with the actual lore here. Is what they're trying to do. So this is probably them witnessing, the volcano erupting or whatever. No duh. Hey, how you doing, buddy? This is my friend from the Questioners, also named Matt. He's just dropping in and say hello from work. Man, when you see this thing, bro, you are gonna be like, I mean, it's outrageous, man. It's insanely outrageous. It's like it's like they're taking their crap and they're trying to put a fine, like a high brand butter on their crappy bread, and to get you to sucker you in to watch this. I'm not going to go crazy for 2 hours with this because there isn't another point. Oh, look at this. What is it with them? I understand that this particular angle, the evil, the evil look is, point your nose down and look forward under your eyebrows. I get that that's the sort of default evil look, but if you're if you're trying to have a master villain, Sauron would never do that. He would just. This is cartoony the way they have it look here. Yeah, my understanding, bro, just based on the way the trailer is presenting, yeah, they could be fooling us, but I'm not that smart. Is that now this season that he's been revealed, all of a sudden he's adopted the guise of Anatar, the Lord of Gifts, even though we both know Anatar was a disguise to fool the elves, which he pulled off for several centuries. The only ones he did not fool was Galadriel, who's the most powerful telepath among the elves and men. She couldn't sense he was Sauron, but she knew Anatar was someone not to be trusted and had misguided intentions. And Elrond and Gil-galad were uneasy and also wouldn't let interact with him. So he didn't have any luck, and Galadriel basically kicked him out of Lothlorien at the time. And then he tried to go to Lindon, which is where Gil-galad was living as the High King of the Elves. And even though they didn't sense how evil as Galadriel does, they still innately mistrusted him, even though he claimed he was a messenger from the Valar. And being blonde-haired would indicate, by the way, I don't think they understand this show, and I know I'm going to go off on it, but elves who have blonde hair have the blood of the Vanyar in them, okay? So that would kind of fit in the sense that for the method of Sauron fooling them, if he had blonde hair, a Vanyar elf being it would fit that he would look like a Vanyar, right? But he wouldn't have to. But he wouldn't be because the Vanyar would never come back to Middle Earth. They never they went to the Dying Lands and never came back. Anyway, so after that he goes to Eregion and the city that Imlet App something or other that Galadriel had built, but that Celebrimbor took over to make his forge and kind of a political power play. Ousted Galadriel and Celeborn, and he was able to play on Celeborn's desire to craft and taught and got in with him there and taught the smiths of Eregion the ring lore and corrupted all their work because they were building the stuff on their own, right? Because they wanted to be preservative with these rings, a way to make the leaders of people powerful but preservative and help them, and they ruined it. Not quite true, brother. It's not that they don't have anything to do with Middle Earth. It's that they want the elves to leave, right? Because the plan, as we know from Catholicism, is Eru's going to intercede with the whole Bible part, right? So we know that's coming. You know what I mean? So they're having to do it instead of get the elves out of there so that the Eru and the men could do that sort of thing. That all being said, that's complicated and way overthrowing it. The point is, Anatar was sent by he claimed he was sent by the Valar, and the elves had no way to verify that. He was powerful and wise in the ways of Valar, the Maiar, and all that. But anyway, the long story short is, why would he be Anatar now after they already know he was there as Halbrand? He's not going to fool them now. No. Oh, wait, brother, you got to check this out. Do you remember the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon with the? I don't know if you remember or not. They had this. It was from like 1980, and they had this bow in it that everyone who played D&D wanted, bro. And it would shoot energy arrows that would like blow buildings up. Right. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here's a scene from Dune, right? Anyway, they give Galadriel a bow like Rambo, but she has the bow from Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Now this is Sauron. Why would you even wait, right? Like why would you stand there and point? Why would you just kill him? Like, not that you could, but why would you? Why wouldn't you? That did they even show 2-bit Gandalf in here and the Harfootsies? Why does he look like he wants to like he doesn't look like Elrond? I know Hugo Weaving spoiled us. So August 29th. Now what is this supposed to be? It's a dark-haired female. Are they turning one? So the only Valar who never gave up on helping man was Ulmo. Okay, he was always interceding. He's the one who gave the prophecy to Boromir and Faramir, for example, in Lord of the Rings. Right? Are they going to turn Ulmo into a woman now? I'm just throwing this out there. Why is there a woman ethereally floating in water? And what is that?
Every soul in Middle Earth is in peril.
Is that a Balrog attack?
In peril.
I can't tell what that is, but it's stuff. I mean, that works out in the daylight. Unless there's a lot of clouds, orcs at this time. There aren't Uruk-hai yet. Sauron did not. They all look the same to me at this point. I hate to say it, but because they're wearing that what I call the motel curtain material for their clothing, it looks like they took curtains from a motel, those shaggy furry curtains they put up there, and that's where they made all the clothing for the elves with. But there aren't any Uruk-hai yet, so why is this orc out in the daylight? That's another question. But anyway. By the way, Is this scene from the movie that they're stealing? Like, meaning, I don't think this is actually. Well, I guess because they have. No, one, two. Is this the show characters with the rings, or do they steal the scene from the movie? I don't know. I mean, did the Numenorians have two boats take, like another massive cavalry on two boats back there? Is that what's going here? Okay, so this is the scene where he just now is that Gil-galad and Elrond? Like, why if they have this scene now, why aren't they dead? And there's no, I mean, like literally, we know Sauron kills Gil-galad. We know he can do it, and we know he can kill Galadriel because Tolkien said so. Like why if they're gonna confront, if that's Gil-galad, I can't tell, and Elrond, or is that Celebrimbor? I can't tell. I mean, I can't tell anymore, right? Like, why aren't they dead? Okay, that's about as much as I could rant. Again, the cinematography and the matte paintings and the backgrounds, that's A-level work. I mean, it's such a shame that it's wasted on this crap. I've been ranting long enough. I think, how long have I been going here? Let's see. Where's my timer? 16 minutes. Yeah, I can't see anything else in the short version I want to rant about. No teaser at the end. Very beginning, was there a flash scene? That's the end with the volcano erupting. Yeah, there's nothing really hopping out at me. I already talked about the stupid way she's holding the sword. And she's supposed to have blonde hair, not dirty blonde hair, not dyed blonde hair. You can see they dyed her hair. ACLS. I'm about to wrap it up because I can't. I've ranted everything I did about it, bro. So if you want to listen to it, but other than that, I keep going through some finding more stuff, but being nitpicky, I guess. It's really dark, so I can't pick all the details out here. I don't know who that's supposed to be. I guess snakes are bad, so snakes. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. I said at the beginning, you might not have caught it. I think they're trying to. They said, okay, they bitched about the lore. We're going to try to adhere more closely to the lore and sucker them back in this season. I'm not paying. I might pay for Prime, so I already paid for it, but I'm not giving them a watch on Amazon Prime. I will do what I have to do to do my reviews of this shit, but I'm not giving them watch hours. And again, well, I just caught something else, and the rest of him slithers in, right? Snakes technically would be associated with Melkor, your Garden of Eden, and all that. If you're gonna get the lore right, Sauron's associated with wolves, where he's the Lord of Werewolves and Vampires, Lord of the Undead. He's a necromancer. Put the right animals associated with him at least. I'm going to try to skim my way through this if there's any little things I can catch that I didn't rant about already. But we know this. We know that now. Yeah, with the scowly evil power walk, I bitched about that already. That's a mystery so far. That's some sort of. I mean, there are giant underwater monsters in Tolkien that exist. Okay, don't know why they're relevant here because they don't happen anywhere in the Second Age. Like they don't play any role, but they're there. Not sure about the way he's holding the bow. Well, the way he's holding the arrow, it's like something seems a little off, but that just could be the. It's a mid season. It's the flow. Well, pretty much, bro. I mean, she's screwed a lot of shit up in the show. I hope they brushed the CJ up on the eagle, but let's see. Okay, this is it. I've gone through everything. I can't say anything else to crap on. It's obviously Barad-dûr. Okay, so that's that. Well, we could talk about this. We could do maybe when we do our show this week, buddy. If we're doing it this week, I don't know if you're home or not. We could talk about more extensively, not about the content of the show, but about the backgrounds, because the people who did the background effects, the matte paintings, the sets design. Like I don't mean in the rooms, I mean the big broad designs and all that. They did pretty good. All that background stuff looks pretty good. The music is pretty good. But it's a waste, obviously. It's a total fucking waste. Who's texting me now? In any case, I'm going to sign off, guys. I can't rant anymore. On the questioners, our next show, which could be this Thursday or next Thursday, we'll know more. Me and the team will talk about it there. I'll probably talk about this in other places as well. Have a great weekend. Hopefully this will. Well, I didn't stroke out, so unfortunately, fortunately for me, but unfortunately for Amazon Prime, I will live to rip this crap apart in a month. Have a nice day. I'm out of here.